This week, a hot new bombshell.
After bombshell after bombshell.
Bombshell.
A lot of stories were tracked,
revelation.
including an absolute
bombshell.
bombshell.
About a bombshell.
There was a major new bombshell.
Unbelievable.
Bombshell conversation.
Reality Bombshell.
Hello and welcome to Reality Bombshell, the comedy podcast that investigates the not true crimes of your guiltiest pleasures and examines reality TV through a true crime lens. I'm Ariel, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm your resident reality TV historian.
I'm Ben, my pronouns are he, him. I'm the skeptic turned co-conspirator.
Together we connect clues, follow the drama, and unpack all things reality TV one case at a time. How are you doing, Ben?
We're doing great.
That's great.
What are you obsessed with this week?
I don't know if obsessed is the right word, but Demi Lovato just released a new single recently.
Okay.
Which, I mean, that girl does eras like Madonna.
Sure.
She fully does like every genre in a new era. Like she just came out of her punk rock
She did. I remember
era.
this. Yeah.
And this new song is very like clubby, hyper pop.
That's a wild swing.
Big jump. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, I saw a photo of her at a recent event
Yep.
and it looks like she got buccal fat removal, which is when they take the
I've seen this.
under the cheekbone
Yep,
fat
yep, yep.
removal and then your face looks like your
too
perpetual
gaunt.
duck
Yeah,
face.
yeah, yeah.
And like, oh, it drives me crazy because why? She was gorgeous to begin with.
Fair.
Now it looks like she can't close her mouth. And you can't undo that.
Right.
That's a irreversible plastic surgery thing.
Yikes.
So, yeah, not great.
Did
It
that
bummed me
cause
out.
the new era is the question.
That's a great point. I think with Demi, what's wild about her like eras is that she then she rejects her old era. Like she's like, that era was terrible. This is my new one and I'm really happy
She
about it.
just like burns it all down, starts right
Every
over.
single time. So I would not be shocked if it was like
We
new
need
face.
We need a transition. We need a
yeah,
interesting-
she
okay.
like disappears
Yeah.
and then comes back and is like, this is the greatest thing I've ever done.
Whoa.
And then it doesn't do super great.
Sure.
And
then she burns it all
down.
and
Starts all over again. Yeah. So excited for what this era has to go.
All right,
Yeah.
we'll find out eventually, I guess.
What are you obsessed with?
I like a crazy person. You know when you scroll through whatever social media of choice,
Yeah.
and you watch random TV shows in like little 3-minute chunks?
No.
I now do that with game shows on TikTok.
Oh, like Family Feud kind of stuff?
Yeah, like random game show. Like there's like this 10 words or less one that I'll see clips of. There,
Like GSN, like Game Show
Yeah.
Network actual shows that they like
there's
clip
one.
down.
There's one called Pointless, which is like kind of the opposite of Family Feud, where you want to try to guess the things in the survey that people haven't guessed,
Okay.
and get the pointless answer. It's a BBC show.
That is actually kind of a better
Yeah,
thing than
like you're
Family
trying to
Feud, I
find the
think.
obscure
Yeah.
trivia.
That's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, this show I've never heard of came up on my, and I've now seen I'm sure several seasons of it in 3-minute chunks.
That's crazy. No, I have never experienced that. But I also, and I'm very ashamed to admit this, but the social media network that has the best algorithm for what I want to watch in terms of their short form content.
Sure.
Facebook.
Oh no.
I know, it's really bad.
Are you 57?
Yes, yeah. I'm just a grandmother, yeah. Because it's just cake decorating videos and people remaking furniture. And that's all I want to see.
Or did you give the Facebook algorithm
I did.
that,
Yes.
and you didn't give it to the other social media platforms?
That, but also
It's
the
just
other
learn-
social media platforms try and learn what you like and then show you other things you might like.
Right.
I don't want to watch other things.
You
I
just
just want to
want-
watch people
you
decorate
want
cakes.
your
yeah.
people
I
decorating
want-
cakes.
And people making furniture.
Wow.
That is literally all I want, and Facebook delivers that for me.
Facebook usually pipes in the political content, though,
Occasionally.
which the other platforms don't.
I find
as
that,
much.
well, my problem is that, my dad, love him to death, is now retired.
Sure.
Spends all his time scrolling Instagram and sending me political reels. So, now Instagram thinks I want to
It's
see that.
infiltrated, yeah.
And I don't want to see political stuff on my social media reels. Because, that's not... I'm trying to escape
Right.
from just, so...
Fair.
Yeah.
Reality Bombshell.
Today, we're going to be talking about a hot new bombshell.
All right.
Wee woo, as the siren's going. Real Housewives of Potomac, Wendy Osefo and her husband Eddie have been arrested for fraud.
All right.
First of all, their mugshots are insane.
Let's see him. Oh, no.
He looks high.
They both
She
look like they're in the Smile movie.
That's exactly
Like,
what I
it's-
was thinking. Yeah.
Like this is out of a horror movie.
Yes, 100%.
That's crazy.
This is an insane story. Okay, are you ready?
I'm buckled in.
When
This
I
is
saw that
wild.
this happened, I wasn't prepared for what I was about to read.
All right.
So let's get some background on these people because you don't know who they are.
Yes.
So, Wendy Osefo, born in 1984 in Nigeria, moved to the U.S. when she was around 3 years old.
Okay.
Now, this is very important. Her education. Very big and important for her brand. She has 4 degrees.
Whoa. Okay.
So, she has a BA in political science from Temple University.
Whoa.
2 master's degrees. Why? I don't know. Who
Sure.
needs to? She also has a PhD from Rutgers. And she allegedly was the first black woman to earn that PhD in that specific program.
Sure.
That said, that specific program was public affairs / community development. So how many
Okay.
people are really
Yeah.
doing that degree? But whatever. Go Wendy. So her brand, she's a professor, academic
Okay.
thing. It's notable that she stopped teaching after joining the Housewives.
Got it.
We'll get more into that in
Okay.
a little bit. But she was a professor at like Johns Hopkins.
Sure.
She's the founder / CEO of something called the 1954 Equity Project, which I couldn't quite figure out what it does because it's a lot of
Interesting.
pointless jargon.
Sure,
This
sure,
was
sure.
before she was on the Housewives. It provides success strategies for participants to implement throughout their academic experience.
This sounds like a money laundering scheme.
It's bizarre. I think it's like almost like consulting for minorities in higher education.
Got it. Okay.
But the website is really bad. Like really, really, really bad. Like it'll abbreviate to 54EP, 1954 Equity Project,
Sure.
right? But like everywhere it does that, the abbreviation is white where all the text is black, but then the E is red.
What?
It's really bad. Like it's a really, really bad website. However, it does have a merch page.
All right.
So
Everyone needs a gift shop.
yeah,
That's-
absolutely. She is a political commentator and media contributor.
Okay.
Now, she claims she often appears on cable news channels like CNN and offers political commentary.
Mm-hmm.
But the only clip I've ever really seen is like one single clip she did on like MSNBC. So it's probably she like did it like
Did it once
twice
and now
and was
I
like,
mean,
I'm a political commentator.
If you do it once, you can claim
Yeah,
the
it's
title.
true. It's true. By that logic,
Right.
I mean, I'm a
A podcast mogul.
well, I am, so.
Yeah.
So I don't really know how much she was really on TV. She's also an author, a memoir called Tears of My Mother, which weaves together her Nigerian upbringing, identity, family expectations, and her trajectory.
Sure.
So she has this very academia brand, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Her husband, Edward Eddie Osefo, they have 3 kids together. He is a lawyer and a quote-unquote serial entrepreneur. That was in his Instagram bio.
Sure.
Notably, he founded the brand Happy Eddie, which is a cannabis / wellness brand.
All right.
So they live in Maryland, Potomac.
Yep.
Wendy's persona is built around her credentials, but after her first season, she stopped. After her first couple seasons, I think, she stopped working as a teacher.
Mm-hmm.
She got an insane amount of plastic surgery and then became incredibly image conscious to the point where the women were pointing it out. Like she got like
Interesting.
a boob job. She got her whole face looks different. She got a nose job. Suddenly she's wearing different clothes. Like she went from this like expectation of like successful Nigerian woman keeping up with her family values to like suddenly being incredibly keeping up with the Joneses.
Right. Which, like, reality TV will do that to a person. Yeah.
Super common. But this one felt incredibly, like, way more contrived and obvious than, like, a
Interesting.
lot of the other ones.
Yep.
Like, it was, like, incredibly obvious. Like,
Got it.
everybody clocked it. Whereas oftentimes it's a little more
It's subtle.
subtle, what have you. But, like I said, she often references her Nigerian culture on the show. It's clearly very important to her.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie wasn't super well known, but he was, like, the successful counterpart lawyer to her, like, academic.
Sure.
Her, like, quote-unquote power partner.
Got it.
So, let's talk about the crime. April 7th, 2024.
Okay.
Police respond to the Osefo home in Finksburg, Maryland. The couple claims they returned from vacation to discover their home was burglarized.
Okay.
They reported over $200,000 in stolen jewelry, clothing, and luxury items. However, the insurance paperwork eventually stated that their losses totaled around $450,000.
Interesting.
So, something's a little fishy here. Investigators start digging. First, they found receipts showing about $20,000 worth of those stolen items had actually been returned to stores for
Nice.
a refund before the break-in.
Sure.
There was no Ring camera footage, despite the fact that they had Ring cameras of their home being
Just
burglarized.
conveniently wiped, sure.
Right, exactly. Like, stage something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, if you're going to do it.
Right.
Also, photos of her wearing a diamond ring she claimed had been stolen after the reported burglary were, like, posted on Instagram.
They're not even trying.
No.
This is, wow, real
As
bad.
of, like, a few days ago. There's a photo of her on Instagram
That's
wearing one of the
ridiculous.
stolen items. And they got a search warrant and recovered at least 15 of said items in their home.
Jesus.
And the key piece of evidence here, an email from Eddie to Wendy on April 12th, so 5 days.
Not an email.
5 days after the quote-unquote robbery, asking if they could, quote, add additional high-value items, i.e. Chanel shoes, etc., to the inventory to exceed $423,000, which was their policy maximum.
God.
He's a lawyer.
Yeah, they are the worst criminals.
The worst criminals.
You would
It's like,
think a lawyer would be a solid criminal.
it's actually, like, shocking.
Yeah, and the paper trail behind it is...
Baddie.
You live together.
Right. Talk at home.
Talk at home. Like, why are
What
we
are you
emailing
doing?
back and forth?
Oh my-
That's insane.
Oh my god. And the fact that they returned things too is
That's
like
crazy.
Like, you think they're not going to pick up on that? Absolutely insane.
Facebook Marketplace exists. People, like,
Right.
come on.
Pawn shop, like literally like
anything else.
anything. Or don't return it and just get the $425,000 because that's
Ridiculous.
not enough.
Like-
Anyway, so both were charged with insurance fraud, which is a felony,
Sure.
conspiracy to commit insurance fraud, and giving a false statement to a police officer. Wendy is facing 16 counts. Eddie's facing 18 counts for $450,000 in property lost, allegedly.
Sure.
Their bail was set at $50,000 each. They were both released pending trial.
Okay.
They frame it as a misunderstanding.
Misunderstanding.
So this is a greater conversation in the Bravo sphere.
Okay.
Because this is far from the first, second, or third time that someone has been accused
Yep.
or even like arrested for some form of fraud, right?
Sure.
Particularly insurance fraud.
Yep.
So like Jen Shaw
Yep.
had that whole wire fraud ring.
Mm-hmm.
Teresa and Joe Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey. She was the first Bravo celebrity to go to jail.
Got it.
I could be wrong on that, but they bankruptcy and mortgage fraud. They falsified tax documents. She claims she didn't know what was going on. It was just him, but they both ended up going to jail.
Got it.
Erica Girardi married into an embezzlement empire,
Married into an embezzlement empire. That's wow.
but didn't know about it, allegedly.
Sure.
Her husband, Tom Girardi, is currently in prison for like taking money from like plane crash victims and stuff like that.
Jeez.
But he is the lawyer that was depicted in the movie with Julia Roberts.
Aaron Brockovich.
Brockovich. Can you tell I went to film school?
Yeah. Jesus.
That's him. So
Got
yeah,
it,
pretty bad. She got like flamed on the show for her involvement, but didn't really know what
Sure,
was going
sure,
allegedly.
sure.
I don't know. Jury's still on that. Kim Zolciak from Real Housewives of Atlanta. She has had chronic IRS issues, massive gambling issues and foreclosure,
Wow.
but she continues to openly flaunt her wealth on social media, like opening
course.
a bottle of like $400 wine on social media.
But
despite
that's just
the fact
the whole, like, it's the keeping up
Ding,
with
ding,
the
ding.
Joneses of all things Bravo.
That's
Like,
what I'm
they
getting
need to
at.
be-
Exactly. And yeah, Dorit Kemsley from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is the most notable here for me because she's had a series of things stolen from her, and insurance, financial issues, whatever, with
Yeah.
her husband. But something that happened was a break-in where she was held at gunpoint.
Okay.
Scary. Super
Sure.
scary. Her husband wasn't home. It was just her and the kids. But questionable. Because, like, things happened where, like, they took her phone, but then, like, left it on, like, a shelf for her. Things like that. And people think that her husband staged it, didn't tell her,
Yep.
but staged it for insurance money.
Got
things
it.
like that. Or, like, one time she was, like, shopping and she had, like, cash that she was planning on giving to, like, her cleaning lady, and that got stolen out of her bag. She had, like, $3,000 worth of cash in her bag. Like,
Okay.
questionable stuff.
Yeah, once is...
Once is
I can believe that happening multiple
Multiple.
times is when it gets...
question.
Yeah.
a little, yeah. So, like we just touched on, huge pressure to match these, like,
Right.
labels and lifestyles that
Are unattainable.
completely unattainable.
Yeah.
And once your wealth is, like, on display like that,
Right.
you can't go the other way.
Exactly.
If anything, you have to become more luxurious and rich.
Right.
Right? There's, like, all this pressure to, like, level up. And you're not going to start out looking kind of poor.
Right.
You want to start out looking, because it's a
As
show
lavish
about
as possible. Yeah,
it's a show about,
exactly.
like, the lifestyles of the rich and
Right, right,
famous.
right.
So it's like you want to show up and show out,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's this insane pressure to keep it up and keep going, and
Totally.
and then there's the greed that comes with
Right.
that as well. There's a lot of, like, fake fake clothes, fake bags,
Yep.
what have you. Makes sense. There are like full Instagram pages dedicated to like pointing out fakes that
Right.
Bravo celebrities wear.
Makes sense.
Rented clothes,
Yep.
items on loan from Rent the Runway or
Yep.
like brands themselves. Rented homes, that's a big thing
Sure.
more recently. This has come up in Real Housewives of Salt Lake City a good amount. Like people renting homes to make it look more luxurious than what their actual home is.
Ski chalet.
Yes. Shaw Ski Chalet,
Yes,
which is
exactly.
an absolute mouthful.
Correct. But it was
yeah.
also like, no one lives
No one
in a
lives
house
something
like
that.
this.
Yeah, no, not. And how do you afford? Even with the money that Jen Shaw was bringing in illegally,
Right.
Like, how do you afford that kind
You
of
don't.
thing? You don't exactly. You live
You're
there for like 3
pulling
months
out-
while you're
And you're pulling out loans, which is further
Right.
proliferating all of this.
right, and then you can't pay them, and then
Exactly.
now you're in trouble.
Right.
So again, after joining Potomac, Wendy really shifted her brand from like academic PhD authority to luxury influencer, and it was like aggressive and incredibly
Interesting.
obvious. It doesn't happen often to be like quite so.
Sure.
And some of the women brought it
massive
up
change,
on
yeah.
the show and said
Yeah.
like, I hope everything's good because you're different now. However, what I want to end on, all press is good press.
Sure.
I think that's like the number one rule of reality TV.
Yeah.
I'm making that.
We found it. We
I
found
found
the
it.
number
This
one
is why reality TV exists.
rule. Yeah.
There's this cycle like getting fame and then the pressure to become more famous, more rich.
Yep.
You inflate your image, then you're putting yourself in financial risk. Now you're committing fraud, but now you're becoming more famous for committing fraud.
Right.
And it just continues in a cycle.
Yeah.
So like the whole thing about Housewives is spectacle and scandal.
Right.
This is just a storyline.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're right.
And Bravo benefits from it.
Totally.
Because more people are
So
going to tune in.
they're wanting
They don't mind.
more of this to happen. They're not going
Right.
to help, but if it happens,
And
they'll turn a blind
whatever
eye.
it is. Yeah, right. And yeah, I mean, I don't know. Wendy doesn't. A lot of women will like create their own storylines. They'll
Sure.
self-produce. That's
Right,
just
right, right.
kind of, it is what it is.
You're trying to get as much screen time as possible.
Exactly. This is gonna get Wendy. They picked cameras back up.
Gotcha.
Like now she's known.
Right.
Like I typed in Wendy into Google and her name came
Came
up
up
pretty
first.
quickly.
Whoa.
Would you know how many Wendy's there are?
Yeah, right.
A lot of Wendy's.
Yeah.
Was this just for a storyline?
Right. And you've talked about some of the women who, have gotten kicked off, I think more on Vanderpump, who like they became like side players.
Right, because they're boring. They
because
don't
they're boring.
have.
So like they're constantly needing to invent. If they're, they see themselves falling behind the rest of the pack storyline wise, they need to invent something
Exactly.
to, bring their name back into the fold.
Which is like, now, I think it would be crazy if they did all of this with the purpose of getting a storyline. I mean, that would be insane.
course.
They're facing fraud,
Yeah.
like felony charges. They have 3 young children.
Right.
Okay.
But like that probably played a part in it.
How does
That
a
was not their-
lawyer,
Yeah, ridiculous.
send an email like that without thinking about it?
Insane.
Unless there's like an ulterior motive.
Right.
I don't know.
The mug shots too. Like there's there's something deeper behind this that we don't know yet.
I feel like they'd had a search warrant for the house. So they
Okay.
clearly knew that their time was
Sure.
short.
Yep.
In my head, here's the image I have conjured. They are sitting at home on their back porch, I don't know, just getting high as the dickens on their own supply, just waiting for the cops to come. Because they
Interesting.
knew it was coming. That's like the
Interesting.
only way I can fathom those mugshots.
Those mug shots. Yeah, truly.
Because they don't look upset.
No.
They don't look...
They look like characters in a horror movie.
They
Like, it
really
is-
do. Eddie looks high. Eddie
Yeah.
looks incredibly high. She looks
I don't
creepy.
think I've ever seen a mugshot where someone is smiling. I think that's
Yeah,
the
they're
first...
rare. I've seen a couple. A lot of Bravo.
Wow. Yikes.
Like Luann's, she's got like this weird creepy smile, but she was super drunk.
Sure.
Like things like that. But yeah, my conspiracy theory.
Okay. I'm in for this.
Okay. They wanted more money,
Sure.
obviously.
Yeah.
So they were gonna do this. But then they thought, if we're gonna do this, we might as well make it a storyline.
Right.
So let's make I can't fathom a world in which you send an email like that.
No. Yeah, there's no
The paper trail is unbelievable.
Unreal.
Like there are a lot of times where, like the Jen Shaw thing, right?
Yep.
It's like she was doing it so much that she kind of felt like she
It
was
just
immune.
became part of her.
But this is so blatant,
Right.
so
Like
right,
they're trying to get caught.
right. I don't know. It just something's fishy here. For
Yeah.
me. Yeah. But at the same time, the thought of two parents putting themselves in that position for a
that's-
storyline
that's
doesn't
real
feel great
tough.
either.
Right.
So we'll just have to see what happens.
I guess.
Yeah, that's the hot new bombshell.
Crazy.
Really crazy. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it for this mini-sode. We've got plenty more where that came from. Scroll our feed and pick your poison. Follow Reality Bombshell wherever you get your podcasts and tap the automatic download button so you don't miss the next episode. Our theme song is by Isaac Tobe. Our logo is by Tim Schools. You've been listening to Reality Bombshell. I've been Ben.
Marielle. Bombs away.
Reality Bombshell.